there and welcome. I'm Tessie from Accounting Accelerator. In this first tutorial on VAT, I'm going to revise the basics of the VAT control account. We're going to look at input and output VAT, and I'm going to show you an easy way to remember whether a transaction is entered on the debit or the credit side of the VAT control account. In the next tutorial, we will work through a summary of the most common transactions asked in the exams. I suggest you save the summary as a cheat sheet and work through it the day before your exam. Let's get started. Your VAT control account can either have a credit or a debit balance at the beginning of the month. So if it's got a credit balance, then you know that you owe SARS because SARS is a creditor. So then you would have your balance brought down on the credit side, or you could have your balance brought down on the debit side, which means SARS is a debtor and SARS owes you on your VAT control account. Now, how is that possible? It is very possible because it means in the prior month, whatever month that is, your inputs were greater than your outputs. You purchased more than you sold. So you could have bought an expensive piece of equipment, you could have bought a delivery vehicle, or you could have bought a massive amount of stock. The first thing I'm going to have a look at is the entries on the credit side. So on the credit side, we have what is termed output VAT. And this is the money that we have to pay to SARS. Output VAT. So on the credit side, we're going to record all the sales that we make. And on the sales, if we're a VAT vendor, you've got to add VAT, and that money, that VAT you pay to SARS. So this would include both cash and credit sales. But remember to exclude any exempt or zero-rated sales because they do not have VAT included in the price. Now, on the opposite side, on the debit side, we would make any adjustments to this original amount of VAT that we paid. So say, for example, a debtor returns, a customer returns goods that he bought. So we would put that on the debit side because we need to reduce the amount of VAT that we originally paid to SARS when that sale was made. So we put it on the opposite side. Also, if we're selling on credit, it's possible that included in the sales figure is an amount of money that's not going to be paid to the business because the debt goes bad. So we need to reduce that amount of output VAT by putting it on the debit side, and that is when we write off bad debts. Another time that we need to reduce this amount of output VAT that we have paid to SARS is when we allow a debtor a discount. So on the debit side, we would put discount allowed because we're not receiving the full amount of money that we had recorded as output VAT over here. So do you see, output VAT goes on the credit side, and then we've got 3 debits for transactions that reduce the amount that we originally paid to SARS. So that's the first type of transaction that we've got. The second type of transaction is related to input VAT, and that is when goods flow into the business. So the business would purchase goods and services. They're flowing into the business, so we're going to put this on the debit side. Over here, I'm going to record purchases. And once again, I don't need to tell you, this would be both cash and credit purchases. So we can claim the VAT input on our purchases as long as we're buying them from registered VAT vendors. If we return some of our purchases, that means we are not going to be paying that full amount to our creditor. So therefore, we've got to make an adjustment to the VAT control account. And on the credit side, we're going to put in purchases returns. Also, if our creditor allows us a discount, we are not paying the full amount that we originally recorded. So therefore, we have to pay SARS back the input VAT on the discounted amount. The amount of discount we received, we have to calculate the VAT fraction for that, and we've got to make that adjustment to the VAT control account. We've got to pay that money back to SARS. So do you see, we start with purchases on the debit side. We put that under input VAT, and any adjustment or reduction to that, we're going to put onto the opposite side. If we send goods back to our creditor, or if we receive a discount. Now, there are two further transactions that I want to have a look at relating to the VAT control account. And those two transactions are donations and drawings. Note I'm putting them on the credit side. So we've got to pay output VAT on our drawings and donations. And you can well ask, but why? The reason is when you purchased whatever the goods are that you are donating or the owner's taking for own use, you claimed an input VAT on those. They are not being sold, so SARS is not receiving the output VAT on that sale because it's being donated or the owner is taking them. So SARS says that's fine, not a problem. But what you've got to do is you've got to pay me back the input VAT that you claimed on any goods that you donate or that are taken as drawings. So SARS doesn't expect us to do it with a markup, so both of those will be recorded at cost price. So all we're doing is we're paying back the input VAT that was originally claimed when those goods were bought. And the final transaction here that I need to include is related to bad debts. So let's see, we made the original sale, we paid SARS the output VAT. We never received the money, we allowed to claim back the VAT fraction on the part of the debt that went bad. But now we have a debtor who comes and says, very sorry that I couldn't pay you, but I can pay you now. So we have bad debts recovered. So now what we have to do is we've got to pay output VAT on the value that the debtor pays to us. So do you see what we are essentially doing is we're doing an adjustment to that amount that we claimed as bad debts. We now pay SARS back the amount of VAT on the value of the bad debts recovered. And that's your VAT control in a nutshell. So remember the two main transactions, sales, which is output VAT. Any adjustment to that, you're going to then do it on the opposite side. You're going to debit. Then you have input VAT for purchases, and any adjustment to that, you're going to put on the credit side. And you should be good to go. Remember to watch the second tutorial because I'm going to work through actual transactions now, doing the calculations.